Good afternoon. First and foremost, congratulations to the Business, International Development, and Education graduates today. It's nice to be able to celebrate all the hard work we have put forth at such an awesome institution as Concordia. Not everyone is afforded this opportunity, and I feel quite lucky to not only be graduating, but also standing before you, giving a closure to the year. I believe John Stewart calls this the moment of Zen. To be honest, I can't believe I'm here speaking in front of you today because it means I actually read an email in its entirety. When I did read that I was going to be speaking here today, I felt a mixture of emotions. I thought back to the speech I gave during English Methods class, which was a less than classy after-dinner toast to Craigslist. So you can I told Sean Daly, my professor, that I thought I had definitely thwarted the honor of ever speaking on Concordia's campus again. But Sean said it was his goal to have me give a speech by the end of the year without swearing. So, depending on how this address goes today may or may not be that day. I don't know about you, but I feel like it's safe to say that this last year has felt like one giant shuttle run. To clarify, a shuttle run is when you start at one side of the field, and then you run to the next line, and then you run back, and then you run to the next furthest line, and then you run back, and you repeat this until you're not sure what you'll lose first, your mind or your pride. But this experience, becoming an educator, has felt a bit like a shuttle run. Starting with fidelity, validity, reliability, cultural competency, classroom management, and how not to get fired. It felt like these were all major lines we were trying to hit. Back and forth, out of breath, and clenching our bowels. And while we know this is admirable work, at some point you want to tap out, and you wonder why you're putting yourself through it all, why you're spending all this money to get into a difficult, tiresome, and underappreciated profession. So when I was asked to speak at graduation, I figured I'd ask someone that had been doing this shuttle run for longer than I'd been on Earth. I said, "Mom?" "Hi, Mom." You've been a special education teacher for over 30 years. And you happen to be the nicest, most genuine, and patient person I know. How do you do it? And she replied with a question. "Maureen, my favorite child." Out of all your experiences teaching and coaching, is there a common theme that's occurred? And I thought back for a moment to my time in Ecuador teaching preschoolers, my high school, middle school coaching experiences, my practicum and student teaching from the last year, and especially coaching here at Concordia. I didn't think back to my work sample, lessons that went well. I didn't think of any games or practices or moments of frustration wanting to rip the Wi-Fi router out of the wall. The first thing that popped in my mind were faces. Faces of the students I had worked with. I thought back to Annika, sitting at the field an hour after a game, listening to her frustrations, not just about soccer, but about life. And I thought of watching Sasha in history class at West Sylvan Middle School lose his mind knowing an answer about Hinduism. You would have thought he hit the buzzer beater at the NBA Finals. And I thought back to Juan Pablo in my first classroom in Ecuador, running into class every single day, regardless of what was going on. And he would yell at the top of his lungs, "Buenos dias, amigos!" And the entire class would reply, "Buenos dias, Juan Pablo!" And lastly, I thought back to all the good-looking people here celebrating today that I've had the pleasure of getting to know. I especially thought of the ridiculously good-looking gold cohort. I think back to where I was last June and feel confident in admitting I would have not come out of this in one piece without this random assortment of human spectacles that make up the gold cohort. They have made my life infinitely better simply by being the compassionate, resilient educators they are. I cannot wait to see them transform the lives of students as they have transformed mine. The question my mom posed to me made me think back to all the people I had met through these experiences in teaching and coaching, and it made the shuttle run seem worth it. My dad growing up always told me, "Mo, you're never going to remember all the games you played in or the goals you scored. You're going to remember the people. And Dad, I'm giving you this one time you get to be right." It's like one time. The truth is, we all get on the line to start this sprint because of the people. The students, the kids, the Martians, whatever you want to call them, and the relationships we develop with them are why we are still here. It is the reason my mom has continued to step up every single day, putting one foot down after another. Already we have affected and been affected by students in ways we never saw coming, and I promise to always be okay with the shuttle run as long as I get to hold on to the relationships that come out of it. So today, we are honoring the sweat and hard work from the past few years, and I would argue that as international developers, business persons, and educators, we are celebrating entering the business of people. Congratulations to the graduates of 2015. Here's to making the relationships count and the shuttle run seem worth it. Thank you.